Hi guys, it's Alice here from I Am Absolutely Alice, here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm so excited to be part of Pop Fizz Paper Crafty Camp. Being from New Zealand, we don't have summer camp here, well, not like you guys do in the US, and I always dreamed of being a camp counselor and traveling over to the States and working at a summer camp when I left high school, but it never happened. So thank you, Danny, for letting me be part of this and living out my youth dreams of my youth in a different way. So I am here as part of DIY Goodie week, and my take on this is a little bit different. So I'm going to show you how to make these little DIY goodie bags that are reusable. So my thoughts were that I had lots of things I wanted to, but I'm loving all these little vinyl shakers, and I'm kind of having that sort of, I don't know if you call it a dilemma, but I'm really thinking a lot about the amount of plastic and rubbish and waste I'm creating with my crafting, and I thought these could be a really cool way to make some packaging for your goodies, but that you could reuse. So these here look like they're just normal goodie packaging, but when you open them up, they've got some Velcro here. You can remove the goodies, whatever goodies you put in it, whether they're your own goodies that you've made or sharing some pre-made goodies. And once you take them out, you can reuse the bag. So you can put your own goodies in there and pass them on to another pen pal, or use them for storage or whatever you want. And then making them different sizes. Here's a perfect one for sharing some Project Life cards. Here is some little wooden charms. You can make them any size you want. I've even got another little trick that I'm going to attempt to show you here. I'm not sure if it'll work or not, so if it doesn't, we can just make them the same as these ones. So I'm using this Soul Shine collection by Rosie's Studio because it is a very bright summery collection. I absolutely love it, and I just thought it would be really fun to create with. If you watch the end of this video, you will know how you can win this little package of goodies for yourself. Okay, so what do you need? You will need some paper. You could use double-sided paper, but this collection doesn't actually come with double-sided paper, so I have cut my single-sided paper two pieces and backed it. So I'm going to glue those together, but you can use double-sided. I actually like this because it makes it a little bit thicker. So I've got two different sizes I'm going to make here today, and I will share with you the measurements and all the bits you need to create this. Okay, so for these two sizes here, what you will need, I've written it on a little piece of paper, this one here is 3 5/8 wide by 7 5/8 long, and this one here is 7 7/8 long by 4.5 inches wide. So you need to have these two bits of paper, and then I have scored them already. The narrower one I scored at 1 3/4 inch because I kind of like the ratio of this thickness here, but it's really up to you. These measurements are just what I'm using. They can work for any way you want. And this one I actually had to trim it down a bit, so this one is scored at 1 5/8 inch. I'm going to attempt to use these two little removable panels for the top, so that you could make these quite plain like this and then decorate this bit but take it off. So let's see how that goes. These little bits here, 3 5/8 wide by 1 3/4 tall for this one, and this one here is 4.5 long by 1 5/8 high. Okay, so that's the paper. So you either need two sheets stuck together or one double-sided sheet. I won't show you that one yet, but then you'll need 3 pieces of vinyl per packaging. So 3 bits cut down as wide as your packaging is, wide as your backing is. So this one here is obviously, once again, 3 5/8 inch, and I've made this one 1 1/8 inch tall because I like to leave approximately an inch at the top, just so you can easily get in and out there. The other one is 5.5 by 4.5 3 pieces. So firstly, what you need to do is, if you've got the double-sided paper, you're just going to need to glue those together. So I will quickly just show you that now. I always find it a little bit hard when you glue paper together and you score it. It always sort of wants to move around or not score properly or not shut properly. So if anyone's got any hints for that, definitely share them. So I have stuck those two together just using some of this craft glue, which this one is a silicone based glue, I think, and I really like it. So there we go, we've sewn that together. And then I just have made a double-sided panel the same size as this, which I just sewed around the edges. So I mean, you don't have to do this. This is just how I'm going to attempt to make some embellishment to stick on here. I haven't even thought about how I'm going to stick them on. Okay, next part, to make the shaker bag, which I have pre-made one here to show you. So you're going to have 3 bits of vinyl. The first 2 are going to be the front, which is going to be your sequin shaker pocket. So what you need to do is, these have really stuck together because I just used my craft knife to cut them down so they get a little bit attached. So with the double, I'm just going to sew across the short edge just with these 2. So hang on one moment, I will be back. Okay, so this one you just want to sew just those 2, so that's to keep that top bit shut. Just trim these little bits of thread off, and then you put that 3rd piece behind it, and then you're going to go over to your sewing machine and sew 1, 2, and then halfway up this side. So let me just pause you and I will be back again. Okay, so I've sewn 1, 2 and a half, and then you're going to open this open part here just for the front 2. So make sure you're in between those front 2 pieces, and then you're just going to tip some sequins in. So I've pre-made this sequin mix because obviously I've been making a few. I just put it in this bag, but you know, just, you don't need, I don't put a lot. Some people really like maybe half a teaspoon or so. I mean, that's just personal preference. If you like lots, I actually don't like too much because I like to be able to see what's in the back. So now I need to go back to my sewing machine and sew the rest of the way, and then I just do 2 rows, so then I'll just come back around. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've sewn around there twice, and you have an opening in the front, and your front part of the sequin shaker is a shaker. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You could just do this with, you didn't need to use vinyl, you could do Project Life card and maybe just put an extra sheet on the front. You obviously don't need to sew, you could even just glue it. I mean, you don't have to do it this way. I'm just working with what I have and what I find easy to do. So yeah, so you've got your pocket for both of these. So what I do next is, excuse me, sorry for the sniffing, I've definitely got a cold, is I'm going to use some double-sided tape or something similar that you have. I'm just using this because this is what I've got on hand. You can sort of see this through the packaging, but what I do is go along this top bit quite close to the stitching, and then see, this one's not super clear. When I put it in, I try and line it up and go over that. Oops, I've just put my go over with my bone folder, which I don't have, but I'll just go with my nail just to make sure that's well and truly stuck down. But when you put that down, you obviously can't see the tape. So perfect, we'll do this one. Make sure you're sticking them up the right way. Cut a piece of double-sided tape. You want some quite strong adhesive. You could use, I guess you could use glue. I don't know, hot glue doesn't work very well with vinyl because it melts it, but if you use a really strong glue, then that would probably work as well. I just like the double-sided tape. Okay, and then we stick this one down, and there you go. Perfect, that's attached, so you can still use it. You could put another piece down the bottom, but I quite like it being loose. And then how I make my reusable closure, I use some of these little clear Velcro dots, and this is a half one, so I cut them in half, but I stick them on top of each other so they're, you know, you've got the clear one and the white one, and then I just sort of roughly aim for the middle of the top near the bottom, stick them both down, peel off the backing so that the other side is still attached to the top one. So it's going to go down, and then if you press really firmly, it's going to go down in exactly the right place for them to attach together. So I mean, that's not exactly the middle, but I'm not too bothered. Let's not worry too much. I'm just going to trim this side off because I can see it sticking out a bit. Okay, so we'll do that again. I'll show you how. So stick your two Velcro dots together so they're going to be even. Cut it in half-ish. It's not very even. And then cut it in half. So I always stick the white side of these ones to the coloured bit of paper so that the clearer one is on the vinyl, so it's a bit easier. Sorry about my gross sleeve there. And then just stick that down nice and hard, and there you go. And so you've got a reusable little vinyl goodie bag pouch. You could leave them plain like that, because then obviously your pen pal can reuse them whatever way they want. I love the decoration on the top here. It's like my favorite part. I love decorating it. So I'm going to attempt, I have kind of to attempt to do this for you guys on these reusable panels, and then we'll try and figure out a way how we can attach them so that they can be used. So we've got these two here, they're the same size as that, and I have pulled out a few bits and pieces that from the collection that I will use to decorate. Okay, so I do like having some dimension, but I'm not a huge fan of lots and lots of dimension because I find it a little bit overwhelming. But I'm going to attempt to layer these up and show you what I've done. So I thought if we start with a flatter element on the back to kind of create a landing spot for the embellishment, I like having that, it's like when you put a flower in the back of an embellishment or something, I just find it's a good like sitting spot. And I'm going to use this. I'll put some glue on that, so you can just use whatever you want. And then I will decorate these. I may just speed this up because I'm pretty slow at this stuff. Oops, I was going to put these on. I have to really think about this stuff. I'm not good at decorating under pressure. Okay, I am going to put this on fast forward, so watch me decorate and I will be back soon. Okay, so that took me a bit longer than I thought. So I have done these two. They have not turned out quite how I planned. Sorry about that. But I do really like them, and I probably will add, I like to add little word. Maybe not those ones, but I've got these cool ones here that are like the little words, so that could be quite fun. That one, and what can I put here? Maybe even just this hello, which I will stick these on later. So I've got these cute little tiny words, and that's really all you need to do. You could add, I've got this cute little I was going to add this little charm on here, which I can't find my little hole punch, so I haven't been able to do it. So you could add little charms on, obviously. You can add whatever you want. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to add these, so I'm just chopping down these little words. There we go. So there is some cute little what are they called? I can't think. Cute little toppers that you could just add either with double-sided tape, adhesive, something that is removable. I think I would, even Velcro, you can use Velcro dots if you wanted. You could just glue them on. I guess that if it's already made to, sorry, I'm totally just rolling with this, which is what I do. I think that maybe it would be cool to attach them just with some double-sided tape, so that you could pull them off. Maybe something like this Tombow adhesive, that if you just added like that, just a couple of, lines of it, you can add it, but it's not like too permanent. Like this is a permanent, but if you really wanted to rip that off and add another one, you could. Yeah, maybe some adhesive, removable adhesive would be quite cool, but I'd love to see what you guys think and what you could. Yeah, that looks good. So I do think that a little charm on there would look really cute, or one of these little sweet charms from the collection. Also, they're a bit longer, but I just, adding something a little bit extra makes this be a nice little embellishment of its own. So you can add whatever you want in these. Obviously you can make them any size you want. So here's a little bag topper that I made, like a little doily bag topper. Obviously they are quite sticky, these little vinyl bags. They like to stick to themselves, so that could fit in there. I also put some of these little page flags that I had made onto a piece of acetate, so you could just slide it in and then remove it, and it doesn't take away from that clear, the clearness of the vinyl. But look at those, really cool. Such a fun way to package and to reuse your packaging, so that your pen pal can use it for their own goodies or gifts, or keep it or pass it on. Anyway, so that is my fun little project for this week's Crafty club. No, not Crafty club. Summer camp. Crafty camp. I hope you really enjoyed it. I would love to see you make some of your own. And lastly but not least, I have this little pack to give away. Rosie Studio has kindly donated some goodies from the Soul Shine collection that I can give away to one of you lovely camp attendees. The pack includes the 6x6 designer papers, the foam glitter stickers, which are really cute, a packet of the embellishment stickers, which I've used on some of these, so they're layered stickers, the word stickers, and some clear stickers, some of these cute little bow embellishments, some wooden buttons, some tags, and some of the die cuts from the collection. All you need to do to win this is to follow Danny from Pop Fizz Paper on all her channels. So go make sure you are following her on Instagram, on YouTube, and make sure you follow the Pop Fizz Paper Crafty Club. It'd be really cool if you joined up as well. I'll leave all the links down below. Make sure you follow me on YouTube and on Instagram too. That would be really cool. And at the end of camp, I will pick a winner for this little collection. All the details will be down in my description box below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed class today. See ya.